Saturday. It's December, what is it? December the 21st. We have about 4 more days to Christmas. And what is Rideshare Professor announcing just before 2020? Here's the thing. I will quote my good friend Randy, the Uberman, who I have tremendous respect for, as well as Harry Campbell, the rideshare guy. I don't want to put the one before the other, but these were both my mentors when I got into the rideshare business, right? I heard from one of my friends who had a fleet years and years and years ago that he was saying, Torsten, dude, you got to jump into this business. The return of investment, the ROI on fleets is insane. So I looked at the numbers, I looked at the financials, and I said, done. I'm going to pump money into this, and I've never looked back, right? So I like to pick winners. I don't like to pick donkeys in races, right? I like to have a stable of racehorses. And, you know, not every racehorse is going to run and win and run and win and run and win. Every now and again, you will be investing into a donkey who will not make it to the finishing line. Remember that movie Shrek? Hey, donkey! Donkey! Yeah, you want less donkeys, you want more racehorses. Who do we have in the house here, my friends, on a Saturday? My beautiful and wonderful subscribers, Hemet Valley, Mark Fowdy and his wonderful wife. Thank you for your email, by the way. I appreciate you guys. Elias, my amazing daily supporter, friend who provides insane content. Many of my stories are based on Elias's research. The guy's a legend. He's Compton, all the way from Compton. That's why he always says Compton in the house. Love the guy. And I owe you lunch, buddy. We're going to have lunch either, I would say early 2020. World Database, James Campbell, legend. Dane LB, Dave Perez, Elizabeth Martinez, Legacy Rideshare, and they just come in and come in and come in, right? Good people, hardworking people that are always open to new things. Now, let me just tell you, quoting Randy, the Uberman, he said, you know what, Torsten, you hit the 40, 50,000 subscriber base and you start hitting saturation point in the rideshare business. And he was right. He was right, right? My dear friend Dustin, who just recently overtook me on subscribers, just shot past the 40,000 subscriber mark. I made a congratulations video for him, right? And he will keep on picking up. But you know, when 50,000 rolls around, you in this business, you hit saturation point, right? So I feel like I'm there, right? I'm almost at saturation. And what I've definitely saturated, what I've definitely explored are all the ways to monetize rideshare. I've tried it all out, right? Few things haven't worked. Few things have made me a lot of money. And what makes me money is what I focus on, right? And I'm not shy to share my formula. I have shared this with hundreds and hundreds of fleet owners. I've showed people how to go from X to XL to Black to SUV to Lux and beyond, you know, creating your own rideshare company. Now, when I arrived in California, I want to give you a little bit of history here. I had been in Texas for 2 years. I was in Houston, and I was bringing in a lot of big, wealthy businessmen from Texas, thanks to some political friends. I was introducing them to business ideas in Europe and South Africa, and I would always position myself in those deals and make a lot of money, right? And together we made money. The investors made money. The facilitators made money, and I would get my commissions out of the deal. I even brokered a massive, massive casino deal in South Africa and Mozambique where I made a lot of money, right? I got them casino rights. Why? Because I knew a lot of the politicians. I knew how the African system worked in Africa, and I opened up the doors, and these companies came in with their United States technology. I positioned myself in the deal and made a lot of this, right? At one stage, if I haven't shared this with you, I had over 4,000 vending machines, right? Making anywhere from 50 to 80,000 a day in South Africa. It's a tough life, tough game. I was on the road 20 hours a day, but I have never, ever been shy to work since an 11-year-old. As an 11-year-old, I would get up before school, 5 a.m. in the morning, deliver newspapers, get dressed, shower, go to school. After school at 3 p.m., I would deliver another 200 newspapers, and I would collect that money, and the newspaper company would incentivize me. Within 4 years, I'd reached the maximum incentive at the age of 15. I saved up enough money to buy myself a DJ unit, the lighting. At age 15, at age 18, I started a catering company. I did large events. At the age of 20, I was doing concerts and massive raves up to 30,000 people. And by age 21, I was already a millionaire, right? So it's a formula. It's in you. You have it or you don't. And it doesn't matter if you get set back, and it doesn't matter if you get kicked down. You know that you can get back up on your feet. You know who you are. You're not lazy. You're ambitious, and you go for it. And I know that a lot of successful people in life have been knocked down many times, but they realize, hey, to climb to the top of the ladder, you might fall off the ladder several times. And I can tell you, I have fallen off the ladder, even flat on my head many a times, right? But I always got up and kept on going. So now, when I was in California, I started a company. In fact, let me correct that. For about a year, I worked for a company called Westside Rentals. .com. Westside Rentals sold to apartments.com for $60 million. I was supposed to get a percentage in Westside Rentals for launching the roommate platform. I was the first person out there, even before roommates.com, that launched a national roommates model, and I made them a lot of money. They did not honor the agreement. I sued them. I won that lawsuit. I started up my own company in opposition to them. Even sold a portion to rent.com, which was owned by eBay, right? So I know the rental and the real estate game inside out. So, and over the years, and in fact, just to give you a little bit of history, between 2000, when I launched my own company called RentWave, rental services and national rental services, mainly focusing on California and New York and Massachusetts. I was facilitating at one stage probably in and around 300,000 rentals online, right? And it was a big money maker. My business partner, an Australian, and I, between 2000 and 2006, made about $7 million in the online apartment business, right? So then went through a divorce, had a lot of real estate, had a lot of commercial real estate, gave up some in the settlement of the divorce, and continued on and continued on and continued on, right? Built up various companies, sold some of them, still have this fleet company, still have a natural cosmetics company, and I keep myself busy. I keep myself out of trouble. I keep myself out of busy, and everything that I do, I try to make it internet-based. And I tell you why, because the more people that I don't know can communicate with servers and communicate and don't have to communicate with me, and I don't have to see their financials, I don't have to see their Visa card, their MasterCard, their American Express card, whatever they have in their wallet, the Discover card, I don't have to see that. As long as they pull out their 16 digits and swipe it through my websites, I'm making money, right? So several years ago, I started a company called Spot Above. You can see it here in the background, right? This is my company, registered with Professor Brian Olson, who's been a loyal friend and business partner since 2001. And what Spot Above is it's a real estate portal focusing and educating buyers and sellers on agents and brokers. And we'll probably be launching with about 300,000 agent and broker profiles in 2021, right? So in, what am I saying, 2021? Haven't had my coffee, 2020. We have 2020, Rideshare Professor, listen up, concentrate here. So we have 2020 on our doorstep. And what I want to do is take my subscribers with me on this journey, right? I have a live channel. I will always, there's a solemn promise I've made to the rideshare drivers, to the very bitter end, until the gas runs out of our tank. I will be there for rideshare drivers, fight for our rights, for better pay, for everything. My channel will always weekly be that, right? But beyond rideshare, beyond the other things that I'm doing, I cannot stagnate, because if I'm stagnating, I feel like I'm not growing and I'm going backwards, right? So I want to keep on building. So Spot Above is my baby, has 3 years of work already invested into it, and is going to be launched in 2020. In the beginning of 2020, probably about once a week, I will be doing a video through my Rideshare channel. I will probably be rebranding it as Rideshare Professor. It might just be called The Professor or Ask Torsten, because that's actually what the channel started off as, Ask Torsten. But I want to give my friends, whether it's Gary, whether it's Peter, whether it's John Garcia, I want to take people along on this Spot Above journey, right? And Spot Above is all about real estate. In this case, it's about luxury real estate, right? And as I have maybe shared in the past in several of my videos, I have facilitated many deals in my car, because the clientele, the circles that I have chosen to move in, Calabasas, Hidden Hills, Beverly Hills, Pacific, Palisades, Westlake, you name it, Malibu, the super wealthy and affluent crowd. I have lots of clients there that I drive, sometimes will extend the driving to bodyguarding services, bring in security people that I work with, but I take care of their travel itineraries, whether I take them to their planes, whether I take them to the airport. Give you an idea, I got up early, I did 6 hours work. I made, let me just block out the names. I made in the last 6 hours on private trips, 40, 150, 195, 195 plus 175 is 200. About $400 plus tips in the last 6 hours driving these type of clients, right? And these type of clients know that every week I replace my magazines. I have a lot of home and land magazines with my business cards attached, right? And very often I talk real estate, right? And if I can do a deal in the car, and by deal in the car, it's not like I'm doing a transaction and filling out paperwork, but I'm discussing with them, letting the people know. I say, hey, I'm in the area, I'm dialed in, I know who's buying or selling. If you are looking to buy, I will gladly drive you around, show you the homes. And myself with the real estate license under my broker friend, Andrew Carmen, we're a pretty killer team when it comes to high-end real estate. We don't do lots of transactions. We do a few a year, but the ones that we do, you know, whether you're getting 6%, you're getting the you're representing the buyer and the seller, you're getting the full 6%, or whether you're just representing the buyer and getting 3%. It's a lot of money on multi-million-dollar homes, right? For example, let me just get a calculator here. The last deal that we did, again, the seller was initiated through the car, through my SUV in Laguna Beach. This happened to be right in the area of the Montage, and I got to find out that he was going to sell a $2.7 million small beach home right on the water. And I showed him what I could do marketing-wise. I showed him my contact database. I said, give us 60 days to sell this property. The property was sold for let me put in the numbers, 2,700,000. That's 2,700,000. That's it. That's what the property was sold for. Now, because we represented the seller, because we got the buyer, what they call double dipping, we got a full 6%, right? Times 6%. $162,000 on one deal, right? So the broker took his half, just over 80,000. Me also going and marketing, bringing in the buyer, taking 80 grand on one deal. And what I want to show, my subscribers, if you're open to it, right, that going out and doing your real estate license online. Just be open-minded here for a second, because I have several success stories from subscribers that were driving, right, and then went out and did their real estate license and combined rideshare and real estate, right? You have a great opportunity to connect and network with a possible future buyer or seller in your car. Doesn't matter whether you're an X, XL, SUV, or Lux. Obviously, if you have invested into a car, a luxury car, whether it's a 750, a 760, a 550S, or a Cadillac, Escalade, Platinum, whatever you drive in that upper echelon, that is what you're going to attract through your Uber and Lyft network, through your private clients, right? Now you have the ability, because you have a real estate license, right? And I did mine through Allied Schools online. Took me about 3 months, did a couple of courses here in LA, and then wrote the exam, right? But I used that platform, I used that office, right? That car, that vehicle as the place where I held my meetings, did the talking, and said, please take my card. You're more than welcome to grab those magazines, those homes and land magazines, whether they were people coming in from the East Coast, whether they were international people arriving at the airports, whoever they were. I found the angles to network with these individuals and sell properties throughout the year, right? So where is the Rideshare Professor going with this entire story? Rideshare, I will continue, right? Because I always get a flow of drivers for my cars, so I can keep them rented out, right? I've really concentrated on Priuses in the last 6 months, and will do in the next year, and rent those out to create income models. I will go out there, break the stories, talk the stories, explain how drivers can protect themselves, maybe even sue the company if they owed money. But whatever it takes, I will still be a VFD, a voice for drivers, right? I may not do it hands-on, invest as many hours as my colleagues maybe do, like Dustin. Why? Is because I want to branch off and build my subscriber base nationally and internationally, and also start bringing in people that want to know how to make money in real estate, whether it's buying or selling, fixing or flipping, and maybe even combining that with rideshare. My combination of combining real estate with rideshare has served me well. That last transaction we did in Laguna Beach, right by the Montage, made me 80K and made my broker friend 80K. That's good money, right? That's more than some people make the entire year driving around the clock in UberX, right? One transaction. And all it took was talking to the person, finding out their wants and needs, when they were ready, and really creating a relationship. Follow up, driving them around, getting to know them, befriending them, and then when they're ready to pull the trigger and call you or email you, say, hey, could you help me out with this, right? Or could you list my property? Or could you maybe drive me around? I'm looking to buy a condo. I'm looking to buy a house on the west side, on the South Bay, in the Valley. Sure, I will take the time, pick you up, and help you get a property. And I would take my broker friend with me. So usually at those times, it would be 3 people in the car, myself driving, showing them the properties, my broker who had all the paperwork with him, and then the potential buyer or seller. So that being said, right, all the ins and outs about real estate, how to market the real estate, how to connect with the buyers and sellers. Obviously, step 1, you got to go out and do that real estate license. If there is anyone out there, right, that is interested in real estate, hit me up afterwards, text me or email me. I'll gladly give you the link to the online platform that I did my license with. But no matter where you are, whether you're in Pittsburgh, whether you're in Miami, whether you're in Denver, Colorado, LA, San Francisco, New York, I don't care where you are, you can sell real estate, right? And you can deal with real estate and rentals once you have that license, right? Here in California, through the Department of Real Estate, you then get your real estate license. You have to pass the exam. It's not difficult, right? But just be open-minded with me in 2020. What will I be doing a lot in 2020? I will be doing a lot of visiting of high-end houses. They call them open houses, where a broker or a realtor represents the property of their seller, right? And you can go in, it's called an open house. There's a great service called Caravan Express, right? You register there, you pay your fees, and you get to go and view video, take photos of properties, right? I want to make this an interactive affair for my subscribers, show how I go out there, show how I look at the videos, bring my drone along, do some aerial footage, get the photos of the house, talk about the property online, bring in more real estate agents, brokers, buyers, sellers into my YouTube network, do a lot of live feeds about this, live feeds from multi-million-dollar homes, live feeds from some of my clients' houses. Some of these houses are 30, 40, 50 million dollars, right? And I know them, and I've asked them, and from several, I even got permission to do like a tour through their house. So, in 2020, join me, walking through the houses, maybe, of the Foo Fighters or Guns N' Roses or NBA players or actors. I will take you on a beautiful journey in 2020 and introduce you to real estate. Now, I will be moving in the field of high-end real estate, luxury real estate. That is my forte. That is the area that I wish to remain in, right? And, I will always continue driving these clients. I will always be loyal to my limo company. And every now and again, I could always monetize a trip back when I set a destination filter. I very often do that on the way back from the airport. I monetize Uber and Lyft on the way back. So at least I have my gas paid, right? So little drips and drabs here. I still do my Uber and Lyft trips. Definitely not as many as I did 3 or 4 years ago. I don't have to, right? But back then, I really wanted to learn about the trade. And the only way to learn the trade was to go off and start off with X, get your foot in the door with Excel, and then learn the ones that I've been teaching on the SUV and the Lux category. And then I, as you already know, combined SUV and Lux with real estate. So in 2020 from me, you will be seeing a lot of real estate videos, how to make money in the real estate world. And if there's anyone out there that wants to expand their horizon, come on that journey with me. I have a good friend down in Stephen. He's Stephen down in Orange County. We met up years ago. He has his real estate license now, and he sold a lot of properties as well through Rideshare, through his car, right? Rideshare 411 is in the house. I'm going to jump into the room here. Gary, Kim Kardashians. Yes, I've driven the Kardashians. I've driven Kendall Jenner several times. I know exactly where they live. They live right next door to my clients. So I'm very, very familiar with these areas and who lives where, who is buying, who is selling. I'm dialed in because my clients are always talking about these things in the car. She just bought the neighboring house, tore that down, is making one big house. I truly get all the feedback from these people, even from the Kardashians, right? And many people like them, many people don't like them, but they're definitely a marketing machine, the Kardashian family, that's for sure, right? So with your permission, with your okay, I'd like to introduce you to that world that I know a lot about, right? And, Rand, let me just give you an idea. Uberman hit saturation point, I quote him, 40, 50,000, and is now on almost 300,000 subscribers. Why? Because he broadened his horizon. I've already broadened my horizon. I already do other businesses, but I want to incorporate them in the YouTube world, right? I'll be honest, the very first time I did my first live feed, and I'm sure Dustin and Gio and everyone can relate to this, it's pretty nerve-wracking, interacting with the people and keeping people's attention and interacting with Mark Rout and John, Chris King from Buffalo, New York, interacting with you and keeping the conversation and the flow going, right? But to do that, my friends, you have to first build out an audience and a big audience, right? To do that, my friends, on YouTube, you have to have 1,000 subscribers minimum. Jose Contreras in the house, SFV, San Fernando Valley. To do that, my friends, and I urge every one of you to start your YouTube channel. And you might have other passions. If you're a guy or a girl, you might have other passions beyond rideshare. Bring in the videos. Look at Rideshare 411. I remember Rideshare 411's first video. I was behind him. I was motivating him. I said, send me that first video link. I will promote it. He did it. He did it, right? So if guys like Rideshare 411, Torsten, Dustin, Rideshare Trickster, Thomas, from San Diego, if we can all start YouTube channels, monetize those channels to a point where we can go live, right, and start making money on YouTube, it's a beautiful thing. I want to see everyone empowered. Gary Cabetta, put some thumbs down. No, you know what? I wish Uber Hints well. We don't have to put any thumbs down, Gary. I want Uber Hints to succeed in the travel world. He's sharing a lot of travel knowledge. He's a lot at airports and hotels. If he can monetize that, dude, 2 thumbs up for him, Gary. We shouldn't be putting people down. So, Gary, with your permission, next year, every time we go like this, we turn it into a positive, right? And I want to even connect with Gary. If there's something that you really like, Gary, beyond rideshare, let's talk about it. let's grow it, right? Like a little seed in the ground. Let's give it water. Let's see the leaves start popping out the ground and then turn into a massive tree, right? I want to see that, right? The gig lifestyle says, I'm trying to make a great YouTube channel. Any input would be great. And I would love to help you on that, my friend. You have a great topic. You call yourself the gig lifestyle. My automatic reaction to the gig lifestyle, let's use him as an example. Go and research all the websites with gigs. Get all the names, whether it's DoorDash, Postmates, Uber, Lyft, Amazon Flex, whatever it is, my friend, there are many gigs, right, that can create an amazing lifestyle. So your name, your brand is already so spot on, my friend. All you need to do is start talking about topics that you are researching. You know, that's one thing that Kevin, the entrepreneur, does so well, right? And to the trolls or the people that name call him, shame on you. There's a very few naysayers, but you know, Kevin went out there and did it, right? And you know, with his beanie, he's there. I've even done a live feed with Kevin at Starbucks down in Huntington Beach, right? He is an amazing, sweet soul. Let me tell you that, right? And guess what? Kevin now probably has, I'm guessing, over 15,000 subscribers, right? And guess what? Kevin makes money from his live feeds. And guess what? That adds up to a lot of money each month. So my message to you, Gig Lifestyle, you have my number, you have my email. Reach out to me and say, hey, this is Gig Lifestyle. Could we have a conversation about this YouTube channel? Absolutely, right? That's what I love. I love connecting with individuals, like I love helping them, and I love seeing people succeed, right? We should never be greedy. We can always share our formula. There is enough going around. I refer to it as the big pizza pie. I cannot stuff myself with every slice of pizza. I'd get a full stomach, I'd get constipation, and I would get sick. Divvy the pizza pie up and let everyone benefit, right? That is what this channel is about. And I'm sure you've noticed from day one, ever since I did my first live feed, I am true to my core, which is share and grow together. And if you're not growing, you are going back, you're stagnating, right? So whoever wishes to grow together, Peter Müller, in some topics you get much more subscribers than Rideshare. You hit the nail on the head, right? My little youngster, Ryan, you guys know him, right? He's a big Fortniter and, you know, picking up a lot of subscribers in that world, right? There's an 8-year-old, they announced 2 days ago, an 8-year-old who's making $26 million a year by unpacking toys and talking about toys, right? So, moral of the story, my friends, is that there are enough subscribers going around. There are enough topics going around. You bring to the table your passion. If you're a lady and you have 200 pairs of shoes and you love shoes and you're obsessed with shoes, and you can talk about the Jessica Simpson pink shoes and the, you know, whatever shoes, the Gucci shoes, whatever, make a channel. Share your passion with the world. Monetize it, right? Monetize it, right? So we have next level ride sharing. Hey, Professor. Now look at this guy's title. He's already set himself up for the next level. This is an amazing brand he's got there, next level ride sharing. He can go out and talk about ride sharing, right? And I'd love to know your first name so I can call you by name, but I'm calling you next level ride sharing right now, right? But he could say, hey, if you start off and you don't have any money, right? You have no cash whatsoever. You've turned 21, you got your driver's license, and you go out there and you rent a car, right? And you are doing online courses on a real estate school. You're studying through Phoenix Online for your degree 3 or 4 years from now. You're 21 years old. You have no cash. You're going out there and you're putting in 60, 70 hours a week. you're paying for your rent, you're putting money aside, you're paying for your online courses, you're paying for your real estate training, and you're busy. Maybe every now and again you have time to take a girl out that you met on Tinder or Match.com, right? Because you're a youngster and you have a lot of different needs, right? So, but the main thing is you have income coming in, right? Doesn't mean you own the car. The rental company owns the car. Maybe Fair owns the car, but you are putting in those hours because you are motivated, you are ambitious, and if Next Level Ride Sharing could make videos like that and say, what is the next level after ride sharing? Which other level would you like to achieve after ride sharing? I've already showed you in my, James Campbell says, Uber constipation, right? Maybe that's a medical service, right? If you suffer from Uber constipation, maybe you could open up a company and find a cure for that, right? Think being stupid now, but the bottom line is there are many, many next levels, right? We just have to go and explore them. We have to be open-minded. We have to be willing to start our own social media channels, and we have to be willing to grow together, right? And just as you have the right to hop onto Google or YouTube and search this, search that, look at his video, look at that video, Bitcoin, blah, 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 all of these opportunities out there, right? You say to yourself, who's teaching me stuff? Where am I learning? Who do I want to subscribe from? Who do I get a good vibe from? Who is actually helping me? Who is actually opening up my brain and my mind to new possibilities? And those are the type of people that you want to surround yourself with, right? So John Bauer is getting hungry. He wants some pieces of the pizza pie, absolutely. And deep down, John Bauer, if you take the day out, right? I said you guys all have to take the day out before 2020 and have a you day, have a Peter Muller day, have a Gary Kubetta day, have a Mark Bison day or Bison day, right? A day for you where you say, this is where I'm in 2019. I'm happy and content, and I'll continue into 2020. Or I can do more. I want to grow. I'm definitely ambitious. And I have my eyes set on 2020, right? So this is why I want to use Spot Above as an example. It's a baby that I gave birth to 3 years ago with a very, very competent and awesome team. And I have people here in the US, in Brazil, in the Philippines, and in India making my cookie cut videos, hundreds and thousands of them. So when I roll out the platform, I'm coming out with something very new and very exciting. And who knows, with a bit of luck, maybe I get to sell this to Keller Williams or the Coldwell Banker Group or the NRT Group, big real estate consortiums. Let me give you an idea. The owners in Parsippany, New Jersey, where I went up to meet the CEO and president of the NRT Group, they own Sotheby's, they own Coldwell Banker, they own a whole bunch of companies, right? Century 21, right? They have several million real estate agents in their portfolio. When I was communicating with them, they were asking me whether $350 to $400 million was a good acquisition, a good buy for the company Rent.com. Now, I knew the people that launched Rent.com here in LA and Santa Monica, Jerry Slavonia and crew behind Rent.com, all multi-millionaires today, right? And they ended up selling their company Rent.com to eBay for $400 million. Go back in your history books and look at that one, right? But I was in the mix. I was giving advice. I was consulting, right? So I'm saying, if I apply my mind with my great crew, with my amazing business partner, Brian Olson, on Spot Above, who knows? The world's our oyster. We can dream and we can chase our dream wherever it goes, right? But on that journey, I would love to take you in 2020. I'd love to take you into multi-million-dollar homes, into live streams, introduce you to some of my clients, introduce you to big brokers that have TV shows, that have real reality shows out there, right? Those are the type of people I will be connecting you with in 2020. And I know by doing that, by opening up that horizon, by following this vision, I will be bringing in so many more subscribers, right? I would like to be at a few 100,000 subscribers by the end of 2020, right? I can do way, way better than my 8 channels now that maybe have 56,000 subscribers combined in my 8 rideshare channels. I have 8 different channels. This is my largest one with almost 37,000 subscribers. But between the other 7 channels, I have about another 19,000 subscribers. So I know I can grow this beyond 50, 55, 56,000 subscribers, right? I know I can hit the 300,000 subscriber mark by the end of 2020 by opening up this market, right? And I travel a lot. So, you know, I will be showing houses in La Jolla. I'll be showing houses in San Francisco. I will be showing wealthy house, you know, the guy from Star Wars, what's his name? George Lucas. Know exactly where he lives, up in Montecito. Go and show their type of homes, obviously with their permission. But these are the people that I've dealt with in the past. Oprah Winfrey also lives up in Montecito. So you got to reach out to your contacts. You got to let them know what your game plan is. And sometimes they allow you in, right? So there's some really cool homes that I've already scheduled in my plan for 2020. And the other thing is, look it up. There's a thing called Caravan Express, and you get to do all of these open houses twice a week. So we'll be hitting up several houses a week, right? And I'll have the real estate hour, might have a couple of real estate feeds during the week, but we will always still be talking rideshare, right? And I will always still be recruiting drivers. I will always still be training up drivers. I will always still be showing drivers how to, you know, get the very best out of rideshare. Okay, so that's awesome. So Keto Me with Chef Bobby Z says, how you doing? And then he says, please add my channel. I have a lot coming, right? So if you could send me the link to your channel, I would like to look at your videos, maybe like to highlight some of your videos. And I'm extremely proud of you because you didn't talk about it, you did it, right? And it doesn't matter how shy, and sometimes this helps us come out of our cocoon, right? There's a lot of people that I know that are introverts and they're shy and they think, I can't do this. They doubt themselves, right? They keep themselves down. And but I say, hey, if you want to come out of that cocoon, just start. We're not judging you. We're not putting you down and saying, hey, you started a shitty channel, right? No, we support each other. And by supporting each other and by getting your confidence, it gets better and better and better, right? And there was a driver the other day. Gosh, I wish I knew his name. Rideshare Safety Guide. I think it's Rideshare Safety Guide. I think that's the name. About 2 weeks ago. And I challenged him. And I said, buddy, if you make 10 videos, right, I'm going to give you a shout out and I'll help you. So you know what the guy did? After the first video, he said, hey, you know what? I ran this video by my wife. She said it was not great. So I don't think I'm going to do this. And I'm like, whoa, right? Now, your wife should always be your captain, your biggest supporter, or your husband or your wife. You're supposed to support each other, right? girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, wife, doesn't matter, right? So I said, listen, just tell your wife from me, from the Rideshare Professor, say, hey, this is my first attempt, may not be quite what you like, right? But I'm going to keep on chipping away at it, and I promise you it's going to get better and better and better. Guess what? 3 days later, 72 hours later, this guy had uploaded 10 videos. And this guy's a very, very shy guy. He's a very shy guy. But I could start to see him blossoming, right? I could start to see him developing. I could start seeing him coming out of his shell and getting confident. And he found a little bit of a funny angle. And I encourage him not to give up. I encourage him to keep on going, to bring those videos, to bring those safety videos. It's a hot, hot topic. Find me anything and everything on safety and security for the rideshare business and make videos about it. I urge you. You know who you are. Rideshare 411 is the same guy, right? He's the same type of caliber guy. It's in his DNA, right? And you know what Rideshare, I'm going to tell you Rideshare 411, what he did so well and what he did so smartly. You're going to own this now, Rideshare 411, because I'm going to pay you a huge compliment here, right? Because there's one thing I understand a lot about. It's about creating awareness and branding, right? And what I noticed from video one, Rideshare 411's first video and second video and third video, he would add a lot of flames, emoji flames, a lot of fire, right? He was on fire. He was ready, right? And have you ever just ask yourself, James, ask yourself, Garcia, ask yourself, Mark Principe, ask yourself, Mark Fowdy, have you ever been in live streams and you saw a lot of flames? Have you ever noticed that that was 411? Have you ever noticed that he's consistent, that with every announcement, with every statement he makes in a live feed, he lights it up with fire, right? And look at Garcia Bowie. We look at the page. Where's my eye going? My eye is going to his icons, which are muscles, right? Which are big muscles. And by the way, I got to give a shout out. I have to. I'm so excited. My dear, dear friend, Thabiso Mshunu, right, became welter WBC champion of the world by beating the Russian Lebdev, I think it is, Lebdov tonight. It's my South African friend. He beat the Russian boxer. So huge shout out. I am so insanely proud of you, Thabiso. I really am. I mean, you truly, truly make, and this is them in Russia, super cold there, the whole team. There he is. There's Thabiso. That's after his fight. They sent me the video. That's Sean, the trainer, one of the hottest trainers in South Africa. They have like 3 or 4 world top boxers. Massive, massive shout out to my South African friends, especially Thabiso Mshunu, for winning the WBC, right? He knocked this Russian guy out, and this Russian was hot. So, look, I get a video here. Torsten, I have a private client who moved to Los Angeles from San Francisco. This guy is in San Francisco. I want to have him get in touch with you. Interesting guy, starting a new business. His name is Jack Dreyfus. Fondest regards, R.R. Reagan. What do you think I'm going to do? Of course I'm going to meet with Jack. My reply, looking forward to meet him. Comma, thank you for the introduction. Just came in right now. Now, if I didn't respond, if I just let this text fall by the side, this literally came in right now at 1:33, 2 minutes ago. I'm not going to put his phone number there. That's a possibility. Who knows where that goes, right? Who knows? Could become a friend, could become a business partner. I could be investing into his company. Who knows where it goes? What I'm saying is be open-minded. So keto Me says, I want you to make a guest appearance one day on my cooking show. You mean guest? I don't want to guess. You mean guest, right? Are we talking guess or guest? Sorry, I'm being cocky here. Keto, answer me, my friend. It is guest, John Bauer. I'm just waiting for Keto to answer that. I'm just being a little bit funny today here. But yeah, sorry, it was a typo. I'm pulling your leg, my friend. I know you meant guest. So, Keto, this is one of the Christmas presents for my son Ryan, who started cooking as well. The complete cookbook for young chefs. My little guy that I love. It's my world. My kids are my world. They frickin' rock my world every single day. I just started tearing up because my children rock my world, my friends. So, bring out your channel, launch your book. And Keto, a guy that I helped with all the marketing with his website, who made millions and millions and millions of dollars, and he lives in Las Vegas, Nevada. And I can find pictures. I'm in his kitchen with him. He's famous. He made many books, but I was with him on the journey from the very beginning. Was that guy that would knock off, help me out here, Keto. He was the guy that would knock off those recipes of McDonald's, Burger King, Applebee's, it's years ago. His little logo, we made the logo from, it's like a little spy. Secret recipes. Who is he? Help me out here. Do you guys know him? I'll find the picture and I'll find the name, but so James has a really good question. And while we're on the topic here also of businesses, starting businesses, real estate, cooking, we're covering a lot of territory, as you can see. He says, so Torsten, what would one do to take the first step into real estate? There are a lot of bullshitters in that field. It would help to know how to steer around them. So with your permission, James, I'm going to break down the psychology of that sentence, right? What sticks out there is when you say there are a lot of bullshitters. This is how you perceive them, right? Are you attracting them? Are you attracting the bullshitters? Or are you very mistrusting and you see them as bullshitters? Or you got to give that sentence some clarity, right? Because in real estate, it's pretty simple. There's a house, there's an apartment, and you have an individual representing it, right? And there is not really much bullshitting you can do in the real estate world, right? The numbers, the selling price, the rental price speaks for itself. If the rental price is too high, the house or the apartment sits on the market. If the real estate price, the listing price is low, you get multiple bidders, it sells quickly. If you're asking for a crazy fee and you're sitting on your property for 5 or 6 months, you might want to drop it by 25 or 50,000. So there is not much bullshit you can do in the real estate world, but I really want to focus and zone in on that sentence there, because you say there are a lot of bullshitters. That is your perception. That is maybe what you are attracting. That is maybe your skeptic mind, right, about real estate. The bottom line is, my advice to James is go out there, do the real estate license for $150 and $200. And if you perceive person A, B, and C as being bullshitters, then go out there and don't be a bullshitter. Just do real estate the way you think is the most authentic and honest way to do real estate, right? And that means, set up your website, get your social media, get your channel going, show up at open houses, start networking with other real estate agents, and then stay still maybe connected with the rideshare world. Get your magazines out there, your business cards out there, and the next thing you know, whoop, you represent a buyer or a seller, right? You may have a lot of fakers, bullshit buyers. Maybe that's what you're referring to, right? People that are just lowballing, making a small offer, a lot of just bullshit offers, right? But if you want to make money in that game, and you know who James Campbell is, and you know that he can rock and roll in 2020, I would highly, highly encourage you to go and explore that. A person I just see there, Loki, the mechanist. How are you, my friend? Good to see you. I haven't seen you for a while. Rideshare 411 says, no matter what you do in life, you have to be like water and oil. Bullshit never sticks to you. Dude, how cool is that? You have to be like water and oil. I like it, buddy. I'm going to borrow that line. Bullshit will never stick to you. Fantastic. Fantastic saying. John Bauer says, yeah, I agree with James, but those chuckleheads aren't the best of the best, and they do leave a window of opportunity for others to shoot straight. That's a great attitude, right? So, go in there, John, and shoot straight, and go in there, James, and shoot straight, right? And, a couple of homes, sell a couple of homes, do a couple of transactions a year, get a couple of houses into escrow that close, and you get paid out your commissions, and you'll be thanking me. It's a lot of money in it, right? Keto says, you're very good with business. We might need to chat soon. Could use your help. Yeah, and I would be honored to come onto one of your cooking shows. I really would. I'm trying to find the name of my dear friend in Vegas. It's bothering me now, who we helped. We did all the marketing, his branding. Secret. I want to say it's Secret Recipes. Top Secret Recipe. That's my Top Secret Recipe. Look him up. There he is. There he is. Todd Wilbur, my friend from Las Vegas. And this Top Secret Recipes, that's the website we built. Go and look at it, topsecretrecipes.com, right? Go and check it out. I developed that website with Brian and did the branding and the logos years and 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 years ago. Top Secret Recipes. He knows me. The world is small, my friends. And this one I'm actually sharing with Keto because he's a chef. But I want to tell you something. This guy looked at all the angles how to monetize himself as a chef, and he has done so well. I've been at his house in Vegas. It's a multi-million-dollar home with an insane kitchen. I did videos with him in that kitchen. Check him out. So all his branding, all his websites, all his shopping carts, his videos, that's all me and Brian. There he is. So this website, this logo, the whole e-commerce side of that, that's all my brain and Brian's brain behind that. Talks about, and he just knocks off all the famous dishes from IHOP, from Julienne smashed potatoes, Popcornopolis, caramel corn. He just knocks them all off. He's good at it. There he is, Todd. That's my buddy. Todd Wilbur. Oh, you know what? Let's just check this out. Wow, he's really increased his business. Big time. Big time. Good for him. Where are we? So, Medat Shanuda in house, are we going to be employees by next year, or what is the deal? Do I have the crystal ball, Medat? No, I don't, but I can tell you whatever happens in 2020, there will be several lawsuits between the state of California and Uber, and there will even be more lawsuits between drivers and Uber because of AB5, which is going to push the issue, which is going to form a whole new law, a whole new set of laws around rideshare that will be more favorable for you. Will everybody be classified as an employee? I really don't think so. I really don't think so. Would I like to be regarded as an employee in California by Uber and Lyft next year? No, I wouldn't like to be. What am I looking for? I'm looking for a new set of rules, a new gig economy law, right, that gives you true independence, right? And the bottom line is that Uber and Lyft are going to have to start paying up, right? There is no such thing as a free ride for Uber and Lyft in California next year and in many, many other states. So whatever this forms into with all these lawsuits that have just been filed in the last 6 months and the bill, the AB5 and I tell you what, the one thing I can tell you, Medat, is that Uber and Lyft will be paying more in 2020 and that rights and earnings will increase. It is my guess that we will not be perceived as full hardcore employees, but that we will have a new qualification, a new job title, right? And hopefully that falls under the banner of an independent driver. John says, excuse the pun, free ride. That's cool, James. That's cool. So I appreciate everyone sticking in for, gosh, we've gone over an hour. this is what you can be expecting from me in 2020, is that I will be adding real estate to my portfolio, to my channel. I will be doing a lot in that field, right? And also teaching individuals how to make money. I started introducing that to my channel about 2 years ago, right? When I showed individuals how you can market yourself in your studio, in your office, in your car to potential buyers and sellers in real estate. If you go back in my videos, you will see those videos. We are going to crank it up. We are going to elevate this topic quite a bit more in 2020. And I hope to see a lot of new subscribers in my channel. Yes, so let's talk about that for a second. Keto says Lyft is going into the car rental business. Yes, they are. But it got such a tremendous backlash from Wall Street and from the investors, because as you can see, right, they are trying to go up against Avis, Budget, Enterprise, and what are they doing again? They're undercutting their prices to try and kill that business. So who's going to hurt? The Hertzes, the Lyfts, the Budgets, the Enterprises are going to hurt. But remember, investors, Wall Street, the market, right, are sick and tired of Uber and Lyft subsidizing everything to break up markets. They want to start seeing profits, right? They have a lot of money tied up in Uber and Lyft, right? And they're still not doing well. Uber's not getting out over that $30 mark, right? So I could read you a very, very interesting article about this, and it's a very, very big industry, the car rental industry. But how do you make money as Lyft if you are giving a passenger $20 of, listen to this, $20 of free coupons, right? You're giving them coupons to take a Lyft to the car rental company, and then afterwards, when you get dropped off, they'll take you back. So they have to factor into the equation that they already immediately $20 out of pocket, right? Hopefully the driver, us drivers, get to see that $20, right? But we'll get a portion of that. But the bottom line is, the way they want to break up the car rental industry is say, hey, you know what? We have all these Lyft riders. We have many of them. Many of them will definitely want to hear our Lyft rental prices, which are far better than Avis, far better than Budget. And guess what? We will give you the coupons. We will pay you $20 in free coupons to take you to the car rental place and bring you back under the Lyft rental banner. Experts, what I've been hearing, and I read a lot, right, say that this is not a money-making business. The only reason why Lyft is doing this is that they want to break into more segments of the transportation company. But again, by subsidizing, by paying, by losing, right? By losing money, they go in and break up the Avises, the Budgets, the Enterprises, right? Wall Street investors want to see the complete opposite. Show us the money. Stop getting involved in all these transportation segments where you are splashing out money, subsidizing, giving coupons, discounts. Start bringing the money in. So they thought maybe, hey, Wall Street investors and that, maybe this will help our stock price. In fact, what happened in the last 72 hours is exactly the opposite. Investors in Wall Street doesn't necessarily like the idea because they are already established players. And if Lyft wants to become an established player in the car rental business, they're going to have to bleed cash. They're going to have to put out a lot of money in there if they want to break that industry up. and maybe they will start showing dividends in 3, 4, 5 years. People that have put hardcore money into this company want to see returns yesterday, now, tomorrow, not in the future. Does that make sense? Right. And correct in stating that, Keto, when he says they'll do anything to get rid of drivers, right? So disrupting that industry again, bypassing the driver, hey, guess what? We Lyft, we Uber, we already have all the rider profiles. We have millions and millions of apps downloaded out there. Now we make these car rentals available to them. We will give them coupons to get to the car rental, and maybe with those coupons, with the trip there, the trip back, the driver gets some type of Trump change. But the moment the rider gets into that car rental, that is the moment the driver, the rideshare driver, starts losing money, because he or she has that car for a day, for 2 days, for a weekend, and guess what? They're driving the car at a supersonic low rate, and they're bypassing the rideshare drivers. So I should make a video about this. I've read up so much about it. I do understand a lot about the car rental business because I am also in the business of car rentals. My SUVs and Priuses, I rent them out to drivers. I truly, truly understand a lot about the car rental business, how to draw up the contracts, how to find the right drivers, etc. But the good thing is I'm actually giving drivers jobs. I'm actually giving them an opportunity to make money. What Lyft is doing here, by disrupting Avis, by disrupting budget, by disrupting enterprise, is saying, hey, rider, established Lyft rider, we have a deal for you. Here's another free coupon. Here's another discount. And we will show you a way to bypass the driver for a far better rate. It's disgusting. And you know who's going to hurt? The big boys, Avis. They're ready. I believe since Lyft announced that their stocks, if we have to look at the stock price, right, what's traded, the stock price of Avis, Budget, Enterprise, do yourself a favor. In the last few weeks, I'm sure it went down substantially after that announcement. But does Wall Street, do the investors of Lyft like it? No, because that's way too long term. Right? That's really putting in a lot of money, educating that base of riders, subsidizing, and bleeding more money. That's not what the investors want. Rideshare 411 says, have a great day. I wish you an amazing Saturday and Sunday. Rideshare 411, go out there, make money, my friend. And we will connect. So John Bauer says, Keto, they are using self-driving cars in Vegas. Had a rider in my car that rode in a Jeep within the past month down the strip in Vegas. Very interesting. Alrighty, my friends. I have a long Saturday ahead of me. Promised the kids to take them out. We're going to wrap this up after 1 hour and 15 minutes. There's a lot to come in 2020. Anyone and everyone that wants to do or launch something in 2020, let's bounce the ideas back and forth. Let's talk about it. Let's grow it. Let's give it some shape, right? Let's start forming these ideas. Maybe you need financing. Maybe you have to write a business plan. Maybe you have to send off the fees to get a patent or a copyright. Whatever it is, whatever you want to do, let's keep it rolling in a positive direction, and let's truly make 2020 a good year together. John Bauer, I need 50 of these before I even go out of this room. I just got 3, 6, 12, 15, 17 from John Bauer, another 10 from James Campbell. I'm already on 27, probably 29 already. I'm missing about another 20 thumbs up, and then I am going to get out of here. I'm going to start my day. I made my money in the morning. I probably made $400 plus another $100 in tips in less than 5 hours. I'm happy, right? Regarded as good money. Digital kitchen, love that. Digital kitchen, interesting. Travis Kalanick is up to something. He's going to make money. That's the bottom line. Donald Phillips in the house. Thank you. I need a couple of more of these. And these are the vibes, my friends, I send you for the weekend. This is you. This is us. We are positive. We are one. And we're going to make 2020 a rocking year, my friends. We're going to really, really step the game up for everyone, for all of us in 2020, right? I would say 2019 was a big, big learning year, a big adjusting year. But in 2020, we're going to rock and roll, right? We are going to truly cook up a storm together. We are all going to be young chefs, and we are going to concoct dishes in 2020 together that are going to make us money, right? We are going to set up many, many kitchens, as Travis is doing. Travis Kalanick is setting up a digital kitchen. I think he just got $400 million from the Saudis. His original Uber investors gave him another $400 million from the Saudi fund, right? Travis Kalanick ain't short of cash. He's probably offloaded 90% of his shares. He's a multi-billionaire for starting Uber, and he's moving on to other things, right? They more or less kicked him out of his own company. He's not worried. He's cashed in. He's made the most money. He's made more money than Derek Kay will ever dream of making, right? And Travis Kalanick is moving on to bigger and greater things, just as we will be doing in 2020. Tava L'Oreal just walked into the house. I salute you, my brother. Together, we are going to explore massive ideas in 2020. Hallelujah, Happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, whatever form of celebration, whatever you want to call your celebration over this period, over this season. Let me just take one more picture. Let me just show you what this looks like from my end, right? This, my friends, is beautiful. This sets the tone. A lot of color, a lot of variety, all positive, all great. You know, Keto, I want to see your show. I want to see your cookbooks. Aim for the stars, Keto. Aim for the stars, right? Become a chef. Become a star chef, right? It's an exciting business. It's an exciting, exciting business. And if you get a chance, go and check out topsecretrecipes.com. That's a website I built with Brian. We created the logo. We did the branding, set up Todd Wilbur's original YouTube channel years and years and years and years and years and years ago. And Todd Wilbur has brought out tons of cookbooks. He's filthy rich, drives a Maserati. His wife, gorgeous wife in Vegas, also drives a sports car. They have a house up on the mountainside to die for, right? And that guy has truly explored every angle of cooking. And I'm glad that I've been part of his journey. I've been part of the journey of many, many other successful people. And you know what? You learn together. You learn from this guy, you learn from this one, and you grow together. We will learn and grow together, right? And I'm glad I gave you that confidence boost, James Campbell, because I want to see you rock in 2020, James. I want to hear all your success stories in 2020. And you have not even tapped into your full potential, James. You're a smart guy. You know, just open yourself up, right? Let that, some of the negativity that you've experienced in 2019, let it go. Get rid of it, shed it off just like a snake sheds its skin. Let it go. Don't judge. Don't move in the field of anger and resentment. Let these people go. Just let that weight and that burden go, James, and just shoot for the stars in 2000. You could be a realtor. You'll definitely have a YouTube channel. I know that, and you definitely got a huge syringe. A boost, a big bam. I just gave you a shot, a confidence boost, right? I can feel it. You energize and just go with it, run with it, build it, explore it. And if you need help, you know where I am. I'm right here, right? I'm in LA. I'm an email and a text message away. and we will be checking in with each other. Blessings to you, Keto. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing your vision for 2020. And that goes for everyone in the house today, right? Everyone. Whoever was in here early on, whoever's with us now, right? We are going to make it a splendid, splendid 2020, right? Adios, muchachos. Arrivederci, Roma. Dankeschön. Merci. Gracias. Ba 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 bum ba bum ba bum. That's the one thing I'm going to figure out in 2020 is why this screen times out. Drives me nuts. Run. Go have fun. Go out there. Go make money. Tava L'Oreal. Go out and make cash, my friend. Thank you for a great session. I will connect with you soon. Have a good one.